everybody, how's it going? I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. It is March and I can't believe it. And if you hear some rain in the background, I have roof windows, if that makes any sense. People in Europe will know what I'm talking about. And it's raining really hard, and so if you hear rain, it's because of those windows. So bear with me. So today I'm going to be talking about a subject that is near and dear to my heart because it has changed my life, and that is time management and productivity. And they're kind of two in one, so they have a relationship with one another, I guess you could say. And so time management has become very important to me the past year because the number of things on my list of things I need to do and want to do has grown. I used to be a procrastinator, and to be honest, I still am. But I've noticed that the more I procrastinate, the more that I am stressed and I don't actually get to do the things that I want to do. And even when I do the things I want to do, I normally have a bad conscience about it. There's things that are in the back of my head like, oh, I should really be doing that, and I can't really fully enjoy doing the things that I am doing and want to do. And if you're anything like me, then I hope that these tips will help you out. And the thing that really kick-started me into becoming more motivated and more productive is the fact that when I do the things that I need to do, then that means I have more freedom. And so what I mean by that is doing the things that I need to do allows me more time to do the things I want to do. Now, unfortunately, that means work now, play later, but that can also be a very good motivator to do those things that you need to do. So tip number one, start making to-do lists. So I use the bullet journal system and it's awesome. It works really well for me, and it doesn't have to be, okay, so if you ever YouTube search bullet journal, there's gonna be a lot of different, very artistic, very beautiful bullet journals. And well, it doesn't have to be like that. And so Ryder Carroll, the creator of bullet journal, started out by making it super simple and just writing the things that he needs. And he didn't make it super artistic, it was just very like simple. So you can check out that video, I'll link it down below, but it doesn't have to be super artistic unless you want it to be, because it's fully yours. And basically what it is, it's an all-in-one book, and when you do daily logs, I guess, you can also turn it into a to-do list, and that's exactly what I do. I write down all the things that I need to do that day. When I finish the task, I get to cross it off, and there's no better feeling in the world than crossing off a task off of a to-do list, because it's done. You don't have to think about it anymore, and it's awesome. Crossing off tasks that you already finished can also give you more motivation to move on to the next list and to just go down the whole list until you finish it, because when you're done with the list, it feels great. Tip number two, set a timer. So if you are noticing there are things that are just taking up a lot of your time and it's hard to focus and concentrate, or even just be motivated to do that specific thing, such as cleaning, writing a paper, or even exercising, then set a timer for 15 or 20 minutes. In that 15 or 20 minutes, just focus completely and solely on the task at hand. Whether that's cleaning and just cleaning as much as you can in that time, or writing as much as you can, or running for as much as you can, whatever it is, do that one task in those 15 or 20 minutes. And so then when that timer goes off, you can either cross off the task on your to-do list if it's finished, or you can take a 5 or 10 minute break and then come back to it and start the process all over again until the task is finished. Tip number three, set a schedule. If you have a large task and you find it hard to do that task in one day, then I suggest that you break it down into multiple days. So you're doing a little bit every day, and that helps you to not procrastinate, especially if you're in school and you have to write a paper, or if you just don't have enough time in a certain day to get that huge thing done in one day. And so I do this as well for my studies and for my homework. I have created out a schedule of the days that I want to read, how many pages I'm going to read on that day, and how much I'm going to write for that day. And that has really helped me to just keep up with it and not procrastinate until the last minute of when I have to like turn it in. You can also schedule things as mundane as just checking emails, because checking emails can be one of those tasks where you could just do it all day long, really. But if you set like an hour in a day, especially if you're at work and you get a lot of emails, if you just set like 1 hour of your time in a day to just solely checking emails and replying to emails, then you can safely go to bed knowing that you checked your emails and you did a lot and you were productive that day, because emails can really eat up a lot of your time. But that also means create a schedule for things that you want to do. So we're kind of straying away from the things that we need to do, but also looking at the things that we want to do. If you want to spend time with your family, schedule in the time. And if people ask you, hey, want to go grab a coffee, but you've actually already scheduled time with yourself or with your family, say, nope, sorry, I already have another commitment. And if people are like, what kind of commitment is that? How dare you? They don't need to know what it is. As long as you stick to your schedule, even if it's just checking emails, saying, nope, I have another commitment, that will really help you to stick to your schedule. And just tell that person if they want to grab coffee, hey, let's make a time, let's schedule a time. Which brings me to my next tip, and that's tip number 4, make time or find time. And so if you think you don't have time for something, I'm here to tell you, you do. I once watched a great TED Talk, and I'll probably link that down below as well. And the speaker mentioned an example or a story of a very busy working woman who didn't have time for anything, as she said. But then one day something flooded in her house and she could just be like, well, I don't have time today or the rest of this week, so that's just gonna have to sit there until I have time. Well, if something's flooded in your house, you're gonna find the time to fix it because you can't just let something like that just sit around. And so she took care of it that day because she found the time, and she also had the time. Sometimes finding time or making time means you have to make a sacrifice, but it's also about learning about your priorities. What's most important to you? And if it's important to you, then you make time for it. If exercising in the morning is important to you, then that might mean that you have to wake up an hour earlier. Or if you want to read more, then that might mean getting ready for bed an hour earlier and then reading in bed. And if you want to spend more time with friends, then you schedule time with your friends to hang out with them. And you also stick to it. Try taking away time eaters, such as television or your phone or whatever else it might be that keeps you distracted from doing the things that you need to do. And this is definitely a challenge for me still, because TV and phones are so, and even like laptops, whatever, websites, they can really eat your time and they can be very distracting. And if you look at how much time you spend doing the things that you really don't need, you'll be amazed how much free time you'll actually have on your hands to do other things, especially other things that you want to do. But if those are things that you want to do, and if you do all the things that you need to do, then you have time at the end of the day to watch TV or play around on your phone. Even though it's hard to turn them off or put them down, it saves a lot of time. Another tip that works really well with finding time is measuring out what a typical week or even just a day would look like for you. And so in a week there are 168 hours, and if you minus all the hours of things you have to do, such as if you sleep for 8 hours a night, then you might minus 56 hours. If you exercise every day for an hour, then you will minus 7 hours. And you go on and on and on through the list of things that you have to do every day, such as showering, eating, going to the bathroom. Now, it might seem silly, but these are things you have to do during the day. And if you measure time and say, okay, well, let's say I go to the bathroom 10 minutes a day. That's taking into consideration if you go to the bathroom 2 or 3 times a day. But if you need more time, then make more time or schedule in more time to do those things. If you need to eat an hour for each meal for every day, then take away that time every day. And once you take away all the hours of all things you have to do, sleeping, eating, showering, going to the bathroom, homework, work, 40-hour weeks, take that away from these 168 hours. And then what you're left with is the time where you can do anything you want. It is your free time. And it will really astonish you, hopefully, of how much free time you actually have. These are precious hours or time where you can just do anything. And hopefully that will encourage you to see that you do have time and you can do anything you want in that time. So all that goes to say you do have time. And my last tip is tip number 5, and it is stick to it. So if you want to start making to-do lists, if you want to make a schedule, if you want to start using a timer to help you stay motivated on tasks, then do it. And if you are like me, I'm the queen of this, being really motivated for 1 week and then unmotivated the next, just get back up and be motivated the next week and just keep trying, keep trying, because procrastination is the worst thing ever and it is horrible for us and because it stresses us out, and I am here to help you to not be stressed. And so if you stick to these tips, or if you have any other tips, leave them down in the comments for other viewers and also for me as well, how I can be better with my time management as well. And so if you finish your to-do list or your tasks by 2 in the afternoon, then you have the rest of the day to enjoy and do the things that you want to do. You could even binge watch Netflix because then you have time to do it and all the things you needed to do for that day are finished. And you can also be fully present with a clear conscience and all the things that you want to do. So do the things that you need to do so you can fully enjoy the things you want to do. So I hope this video was helpful for you, and if you have any questions about this or if you want to see more videos up on this topic, let me know down below in the comments, and I will see you next week. Take care, guys. Bye. Okay, so I just put like a slash through filming because it's not done and I'm just working on it. So that's a work in progress.